One of the most requested things that I have in my chair-based yoga classes is work for balance. Why is that? Well, as we age, a lot of our balance begins to be more challenged. But I'm telling you, you can correct your balance and improve your balance at any age. It doesn't matter when. It just involves consistency. What are a few things that you need to know to work on to help your balance besides consistency? One is your grounding, where your feet are, that awareness of that. So I want to make sure the weight is on all four corners of both feet. And because I'm at this point sitting, I want to make sure that my sit bones are balanced, or those bones that you can feel when you go back and forth are balanced. The weight is equally distributed. Focus, if you're having trouble holding a balance, just focus on something. It's called drishti in yoga, focused gazing. And then, of course, breathing, not holding your breath, but breathing easily and comfortably. So we're going to work on a few things that you can do every day to help you with your balance. Let's begin. I'm just going to start with some work for your core. Just take your hands, and if you need to, hold your chair or hold them out, whatever you need. And I'm just going to do a little bit of marching. So press your weight down into your left foot and lift your right foot up and take it down. Press your weight into your left foot and take it, your right foot, and bring your left leg up. And 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a great way to just begin to work on your core strength. Now, in yoga, almost everything has a base in the core and grounding, but we want to just start finding that easy strengthening and finding that alignment of the shoulders over the pelvis. Now, take your right leg up and cross it over, bring it up and down. Up, cross, up, down, up, cross, up, down, up, cross, up, down. Add your left arm up, cross and touch, up, down, up, cross. We're just changing sides, and up and cross, up and down and up and cross and up and down. All right, so those things just right there begin to increase your stability through your core. Let's come into just getting a little more energy into the upper body. Just taking the arms up. This is called flowing airplane. Press your weight down into your feet, and on your inhale, come forward and reach back. Now, you can always go at any tempo that you want, that you prefer, and up and forward and up. So I'm going to begin to increase it with up, forward, just to get those arms and shoulders moving, up and forward and up and down. Great. Now come to a standing position, and we're going to just turn the chair to one side. I'm going to come forward and lift up, and then take the chair to the side. And we're going to just do heel raises. So from here, engage your, first of all, find your grounding. Find where your weight is. Engage your core, lift up through the pubic bone, and raise your heels up. And then take it back down. So we want to get, here's where we're working and challenging where we are in our grounding, but also getting the calf and ankle muscles a little bit stronger. You can do this in your kitchen with your hands on your counter, or in your bathroom with your hands on your counter or sink, and just do it several times during the day just to begin to build your strength. I'm not gripping hard into the chair. I'm just using it to help me have that sense of balance. Great. And then we'll just take the chair out to the side. And we're going to work on tightrope. Tightrope is a really, really great way to work on your balance. And this is another one you can do in your kitchen or your bathroom. And I recommend it every day. So take your right foot and put your heels in front of your left toes. Notice that you've crossed over, so you've made a narrower base. Check that the weight is on all four corners of both feet, and it's not forward and it's not back. It's right in between the feet. I've got my hand on the chair in case I need it, or I could put it on a wall or on the kitchen counter, wherever you are. So engage your core and lift up, lift your heart center. And then if you feel comfortable, raise one arm. And if you want to, raise the other arm. Or keep it down, whatever works. Or you can take it all the way up, to the side, lots of different ways to do it. But basically you're working on finding all four corners of both feet and balance between it. You'll notice that there's a lot of little action going on in your ankles. I call that the little dance. It's just all those things that are happening to try to keep you in balance, to just working for you. And then we'll change sides. Of course, you want to do everything on both sides. And I would say hold that for 30 seconds to a minute, if you can. Everybody's got 30 seconds, right? So take your weight, take your right foot up behind the left heel, and then shift your weight forward and back and make sure that it's not either way, but it's right between, and that you have your weight on both feet equally. And again, just stay with it and feel free. At first, it's going to be really challenging. You'll feel real unsure, but I promise you that if you do this every day, just for 30 seconds on each side, you will begin to see a huge improvement. All right, and then of course you can work with the arms where you want to do them. One at a time is fine, or no arms are fine. Great, let's just take one more deep breath here. There's a lot of variations we can add to this, side bends and twists, but let's just learn the basic place here. And come out of that and come back to your heel raises. And inhale, engage your core, lift up and down and up and down. Just building the strength in those calf and ankle muscles. If that's too much, I really should give you even a variation on that. For some of you, that may be too much. I can just work one foot at a time. Lift the heel. Strength and flexibility is built from one point to the next. So you don't want to try to jump into something that's not comfortable for you and isn't safe for you. Great, and come back around. Now, you can take your hands to the wall, if you have it, and we can just try walking tightrope. This is as it begins to develop. We may not be able to do this at first, but I'm holding on to the wall, and I'm just going to walk one foot in front of the other, shifting the weight from one foot to the next, and back, and just turn around. You can just walk up and down your island or your kitchen counter, walking. I'm only taking like 3 or 4 or 5 steps, depending on where you are. And that's just a great way to begin to move with it. So one other thing that's really important when you go onto one foot, like we're going to do tree pose today, and I want to get the block. You don't have to use a block. You could use a book, or you don't even have to use that. I'm going to have it here for me. So one thing I want to do first is make sure that I can shift my weight from 2 feet to 1 foot. And if you need to, stand against the wall. Don't be embarrassed about standing next to the wall. We're not trying to learn how to fall. We're trying to learn how to balance, right? And to work on that. So from here, I'm going to go from 2 feet. I'm going to shift the weight over to the right foot and lift the left foot up and come back, shift, lift. I'm not doing anything fancy. I just want to get my balance over the standing leg. It's not hard. You can do this when you're brushing your teeth in the morning or night or both. Now let's go into Vrikshasana, tree pose, which is the classic balance pose on one leg in yoga. So I'm going to have a block, or you could have a book, or if you happen to want to bring your leg up higher, that's fine. You can do that too. You don't need that. But I want to start with my weight on 2 feet, really finding that core lifting, everything working for me. Then I'm going to bend the knee and shift over to my left foot and bring my right knee up and turn it out. So now I'm working on, have some hip opener work going on too. Then I'm just going to put, because at first you may need to do this, put my foot, just the ball of my foot onto the block and bring my left hand to namaste. And if I can, bring both hands to namaste. If I can't, I keep one hand down. We want to be where we're working safely. Now push down into the standing leg. There's your grounding. Engage your core, lifting up, lift your heart center. Your arms are here or here, wherever they work for you. And then you take one or both arms up, and there you have Vrikshasana, tree pose. And bring your hands to namaste, and bring your arms down, and bring your leg back in. And I'm going to take the block to the other side. And again, I want to work on shifting the weight between. This is kind of really critical in your beginning, especially. But just being able to shift the weight and lift one foot barely off the floor is a big deal. All right, so let's come up and take the weight onto your right foot. Engage your core. You want to ground down into that right foot. Engage your core and lift. That's an internally rotated hip. And take the knee out and then place the foot on the block. Now the full pose would have your leg touching your foot touching the other leg. But this just gives you a little bit wider base. I don't want you to put too much weight on that foot. Most of the weight is on the standing straight leg. So from here, I'm going to push down into that right foot, all 4 corners. This is just sort of, my left leg is just sort of resting there. And then take one or both hands to namaste. There's your chair. There's your wall if you need it. And then if that feels comfortable to you, then you begin to work with taking the arms up. And then bring your hands down, bring your leg back to namaste, and then to Tadasana or mountain pose. And then one more time, shift, 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 and relax. Now, I can guarantee you that if you do these few little things, these few little asanas every day, or at least every other day, you will see a real change in your balance. So thank you for trying that. And then, of course, we always want to finish with a short rest or relaxation called Shavasana. And I'm just going to do it sitting in the chair. You can sit in your recliner, or you can lie down on the floor and put your legs up in the chair, whatever works for you. But you do need a moment for the body to process the information that you've given it in your practice. So palms up, sit back comfortably, find all 4 corners of both feet, and find the weight evenly distributed on your sit bones. Close your eyes. And just take some slow, easy breaths. Breathe in light and energy, and as you exhale, let go of your practice. We're just going to do a really short Shavasana, just 5 breaths. You certainly, the longer you can do, the better. Just breathing in light and energy, visualize it coming in. And as you exhale, let go of the work you did in your practice. Finish the breath you're on and do one more. And then open your eyes and take your hands to namaste again. And I'm so glad that you tried this out. Let me know how you do with it and what else you would like to see me post, okay? Thank you so much for trying this out. Namaste.